prospect who seems super interested but then ghosted you right after the pitch? So here's the truth. It's not your product. It's how you're talking to the wrong personality. So stick around because today I'm breaking down the 4 buyer personalities that can make or break your next deal. So welcome to another interesting episode of The Closing Edge. My name is Talon, and today we are going to see something about storytelling as well as the buyer personalities. And I would want you guys to watch this video till the end and share this video as much as possible to your friends who are in sales and who would really keen to learn about sales. Yes, and thank you so much, and let's move forward understanding the topic for today. Yeah, so every buyer is wired differently. So some want data, so others want stories, some are focused on trust, and a few just wants results, and if you ever wondered why your perfect pitch really fell flat, uh, likely because you weren't speaking your buyer's language. When I'm talking about language, it is not about English, Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, or Malayalam, right? It's the language a customer understands. It's the ideology what the customer's got, or it's simply to understand what the customer need is, right? And what type of personality the customer is. You trying to understand that would help you, move this forward with any type of customers, right? So today we are diving deep into the 4 buyer personalities, as I said. So every salesperson encounters these personalities, and trust me, once you know how to identify and adapt to these personalities, you'll never lose a deal for the wrong reason. Yeah, but this isn't just theory. I'm going to give you real world scenarios like how I usually do in my videos, and we are understanding the buyer types turn into potential losses or into big wins. So just moving on to the first topic. So we are breaking this into 4 different buyer types. The first buyer is the analytical buyer. He's the thinker. If you analyze the traits of this person, he would be more of a data driven kind of a person, a logical kind of a person, and a detail oriented kind of a person, right? He wants everything in data set, and if you show him numbers and if you show him graph, he'll be delighted to continue the discussion with you, right? And he's focused on minimizing risk and maximizing the ROIs. So these are typical people who are more profit oriented. So how I can make this profitable, how I can make this investment profitable is what they look into, right? So let's get into the first scenario. Let's assume that you are selling a SaaS software to a CFO of a company, right? So imagine you're pitching a cloud-based accounting system to a CFO, and you walk in with full confidence and talking about how seamless the interface is and how much time it will save the team. And but halfway through, the CFO, he interrupts and he puts a question to you. He'll ask you, what's a projected cost saving over 3 years for me? Do you have a performance compassion with our current system? Then what happens there? So if you have the data handy, yeah, you can save the day, you can close the deal. But if you don't have this data with you, right, it's a big mistake. And you'll freeze because you didn't bring this data, so you'll lose the deal. So the mistake is that we led with the emotions there and ignored the needs and the fact and the logic what the customer was looking at here. So the winning strategy here is, next time when you're going to approach such client, a person who is more ROI oriented and a person who is more into data types, right? So talk to them about the return of income or return of interest. Talk to them about risk reduction, how your product is going to help them, the risk reduction aspect of it, and the efficiency gains, and how efficient your tool is going to bring to the cost saving, and how you can cut down on the resources, and how you can work with the current manpower with more efficiency, or show them the numbers, show them the projections and comparisons, right? So bring case studies to such customers, show them case studies and highlight measurable results, tangible results over a period of time. How can they measure these results and how can they see success, right? And speak in terms of cost saving with these customers and process efficiency more. So this will help them, understand or relate to your product really well. All right. So the tip here for such kind of customer is analytical buyers. They don't really buy dreams; they buy certainty and speak in facts, and they listen to you. They'll not, ghost you or zone out. Yeah. So the next type of the buyer is the amiable buyer or the relationship builder. So traits you would want to look at these buyers are: they are warm by nature, they are more relationship focused, and they value trust, right? So they prefer working with people they like and trust, over flashy products or flash advertisement about any product. All right. So going back to the scenario again, let's take real estate for that matter, right? So let's assume a family person, a family man, a working class person who is showing up to a construction site or showing up to a builder to buy a apartment for himself, right? So picture this. So you are showing a house to a family looking for their dream home, right? And you're enthusiastically talking about the square foot and the resale value of the property and appreciation rates down the lane the next 5 years, how it's going to see the appreciation. But after 30 minutes, say 30 to 40 minutes over the conversation with this couple, the husband says, "This is great, but we will think about it and get back to you." So how many of you have heard this from the husband? I have heard in my presentations, I have heard husband saying this or a wife saying this for that matter. This is majorly because we are too focused on the technical specs and missed building an emotional connection here, right? So see, these type of customers are more into emotional types, right? They are the next time what we can do is when we meet such customers, we can probably focus more on the empathy side of it, right? Ask about their lifestyle, ask about their family and how they are planning to move into this house in future, and how they wanted, ask them how they wanted the dream house to be, and ask them what they are looking into, what kind of a house they are looking into. So ask all these questions and it will make them open up, and they're going to talk more about their dream house, right? The more they open up about their dream house, the more you can relate your product to their requirement, and that will help them be connected with you in the whole conversation. And emphasize more about the community safety and comfort of the property. So these things would be a major hook, I can say, for a person who is falling under this category of buying section. So I can say the amiable buyer or the relationship builder. So do this in this way, and this will definitely help you close the deal or take the conversation to next steps for this type of customers. And amiable buyers are people who don't just buy houses, they buy homes where their families will thrive. But so build a connection first, and then the deal will follow. So this is the second type of the buyer. And moving on to the third type of the buyer is the expressive buyer, or I can say the visionary for that matter, right? So big picture thinker, basically they see what is the big picture on a large scale approach, what would happen down the lane. So they'll always future focused, I can say, right? And loves innovation, loves technology, and wants to be part of a big success story, right? So let's take a scenario in this. Say it's for a digital marketing firm, right? You run a digital marketing firm and you're approaching a startup founder, right, to pitch your digital marketing product to scale a startup, right? And so this guy is a very dynamic startup founder, and who's very passionate about scaling the brand. was just started as baby steps in terms of developing his brand. And so if you start diving into the nitty gritty of lead generations and conversion rates and ROI tracking, but a few minutes in the meeting, the founder says, you know what, but how does this make my brand the next big thing? So that's a mistake, right? So how you can do this better? So next time, sell them the dream. Show how your strategy positions them as a market leader, and bring examples of brands that skyrocketed using similar technologies or similar strategies for that matter, right? So the tip here is expressive buyer aren't buying a product at all, right? They are buying potential. So sell them the future, and they'll buy into it, they'll go for it, right? So this is a third type of the buyer which we discussed right now. Moving on to the last type of the buyer, the driver or the decision maker. So the traits what you'll have to look into this person is right, he is direct, he is goal oriented, and he is result driven. So he is focused on speed, efficiency, and bottom line impact. So what's going to be the impact? That's the question he'll ask, right? So let's understand this situation with a scenario. So if you are approaching a procurement head, all right, you're going to talk about a B2B bulk supply deal with him. So now let's picture this. So you are the representative who is representing your company for a B2B bulk supply lead to the procurement head of a manufacturing company. Let's take manufacturing company, all right? So you start by explaining products, features, timelines, and additional service. But again, now within 5 minutes of the meeting, he says, he cuts you off and he says, how soon can you deliver this? What's the bottom line price? Can we quickly get into that? So all of this explanation, what you try doing without understanding what kind of a person he is gonna, interrupt the discussion in between. So you wasted time here on irrelevant details when they wanted only results. They are result oriented. So instead of that, you could have directly, straight away got into the point of discussing about lead with outcomes and timelines for that matter, and emphasize more on the speed, the relatability, and the cost effectiveness. You could have spoke about this, and offer solutions here and not more explanations here. So this will help you, to cater to such customers and make them buy into you. So drivers aren't here for a small talk at all, right? They want results, and they want them to be very fast and get to the point. If not, you would lose the deal. So this is the fourth type. So now that you met all the four types of buyers, so the real game begins when you match your pitch to their needs accordingly and their personality majorly, right? But here's the secret. Even a perfect tailor pitch falls flat without the power of storytelling, right? And that's what we are, covering in the next video. So stick around and discover how to create stories that move buyers from I think about it, I'll think about it, or let me see what I can do about it, or from this to make the customer say, where do I sign, or when can we have this agreement signed, or how do I move to the next steps of this discussion, right? So yeah, this is about for the day, and it was really interesting to talk about the buyer types today. So we will meet you in the next video about storytelling. So meanwhile, go and use these techniques in your sales pitch. And if you find this useful, or if you'd like to add any other points about this four techniques or four type of personalities, you can add this in the comments below, and you're free to share this video to your friends or your colleagues who are more keen to know about sales. All right, and yes, do not forget to like this video, share this video maximum, and subscribe for. So if you watch my video without subscription, I would really not know how many of you are more interested to watch this kind of videos. So these days, contents like cringy content, or I would not like to name it. So contents like that really sell well, but important contents like this, which is gonna help someone's career, or uh, educational contents like this do not really go well in the market. So I hope we will take a small step by building this kind of supporting these kind of educational content. So content creators like me would be really happy in seeing the growth for these kind of contents. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video, and thank you.